Hello nerds! I have something a little different for you today. I'll be unboxing the Bones 3 Kickstarter rewards. So Bones, if you aren't familiar, are tiny little miniatures for use in your D&D or Pathfinder games. So they're made by Reaper Miniatures and super popular multi-million dollar Kickstarters. This is Bones 3. You back this because you get a ton of unpainted miniatures called Bones. So what I did is, here's the big box. I have no idea. You'll be seeing it the first time I do. But I did cut the top because you know what isn't fun? Listening to tape and watching people cut open boxes. So I did cut it open, but you'll be seeing it for the first time that I do. So first of all, there is the Corset, which is here. And then, if you're familiar with Kickstarters, you get 1,000,000 stretch goals. So we will do some of these later. It looks like maybe a part set. And here's what is great, because I am a mediocre painter at best. I do like to do it, and judging by how many are in here, well, I got something to do for the next 2 dozen years. So let's get a look at these and see what comes. I've been excited for this. This Kickstarter ran late, and so this has been coming for a long time, but it is finally here. And I am super excited about this because I need to paint up miniatures for the other nerds for our Pathfinder and Starfinder game that we're going to start soon. So this is the Corset. This is something that you'll be able to buy in hobby stores soon. Obviously, you don't get the exciting Kickstarter rewards that I do because I am awesome, but you do get a lot of miniatures. And it looks like so many that I'm not going to be able to show them all to you because, geez, you guys have a life. But if you'll see here, here's some of the things like goblins. You can never have enough goblins. So if you look at these are great. You cut them off the sprue here, you put them on a different base, and you start to build an army of goblins. They come with some weapons here, so if you want to re-weaponize your figures, is that the term? So if you want to change out weapon, you're like, hey, my paladin uses a great sword and not a mace, and here's the opportunity to do that. That is great. And then there's all sorts of little miniatures. Bones are great. They're some sort of resin plastic, I'm not sure, but they paint up really nicely. And if you don't paint, then you should think about it. There is actually an article on nerdsonearth.com, several about painting. Oh my gosh, this is a little werebear. It's a great figure. I'll go through these quickly because, again, there are 1,000,000 of them. Not hyperbole. That will be a great figure and some sort of NPC. Again, never enough goblins. This is what's fun. Bones also has some translucent figures, which are really neat. So this is great. This figure is a really nice figure that was sculpted by Bobby Jackson, a friend of nerdsonearth.com. So if you want to read an article about how he sculpted this figure here, then you can find that on nerdsonearth.com. You just search Bobby Jackson. Some other great figures, and Bobby did a lot of these, I think. I'm not sure exactly which ones, but here it is. And again, I'll go through these quickly because, hey, we all have lives here, but I want to give you a look at a Kickstarter. This is interesting. This is a figure but that does not look like medieval fantasy there, but that is great. This is something I have no idea how to paint it up, but man, that's a fun looking little figure. And here's some others that don't look like they are medieval fantasy, but they're fun figures. Again, I have literally 700 of these figures that came in this Kickstarter. So I will, you'll see me again on Nerds on Earth in probably 2029 when I again have some free time after trying to paint these. These are some nice, these are always fun figures. It's a little dungeon dressing. These are things that you want to have in your well, that's, I don't support this. All right, so if you don't paint, now's the time. It's like nerd meditation. It's what the monks do. All right, this is a fantastic figure. Can't wait to paint that. We nerds have a embarrassment of riches. We have Bones miniatures, which are wonderful. Whiz Kids, they just released some unpainted miniatures. And of course, Cool Mini or Not board games have packed with miniatures. If you aren't backing the Green Horde Kickstarter that's going on now, you are missing out on some fantastic miniatures. But gosh, I love these things. Give me these and some Hero Clicks and all those sort of things, and I'm a happy nerd. I don't know why us nerds love our miniatures like we do, but we do. Here's something. This will be great. I play a druid in our Curse of Strahd campaign, and sometimes I go dire wolf form, so that would be interesting. And here's some more dungeon dressing. This is kind of fun. So again, there are so many of these in this Kickstarter. I don't want to bore you with all of them, so I will just burn through them super quickly. But I do want to give you a sense on just how many miniatures you get with these Kickstarters. These will be coming to hobby shops soon, and just what a variety. You have so many different things, no matter what you are looking for. Now, this is a great little sculpt. This is some sort of cleric here. That guy looks tough. These are some great figures. I think there are some Pathfinder branded figures, maybe some Iconics, so I'll let you know if they come up. But right now, these are just some general sculpts for your fantasy role-playing games. If we give Reaper enough attention, maybe they will do a small Bones Kickstarter for something like Starfinder and get some sci-fi, some ships, sort of thing. But if you are a miniature painter, got a question, which was what the Kickstarter ran me, and the fact is I can't remember. This Kickstarter was so long ago. It was delayed almost a year to get all these sculpts done. And I will tell you that I got hundreds of figures, and I was a cheapskate on this one. So I think maybe I was $100, a little more all in. There are so many extra packages that you can get if you back the Kickstarter, and I didn't get many of those. If you can see, I got 2 of them. I got the Graveyard expansion, and I got this little expansion that I don't know what it is, but you could go in hundreds of dollars because there's so many ways, so many extra figures. But I didn't get a lot of the add-ons. I figured this was plenty for me. Let's not get greedy. Oh my gosh, I love wizards with floppy hats. This is fantastic. Love that. All right, just a few more, and then I want to open up that Graveyard expansion, and I'll show you that. This is a fun little guy. You get to put them together. So if you're running some sort of giant campaign or whatever, that would be great. But let's do this. This is called the Stone Skull expansion. I think this will be available in hobby shops, I'm sure, soon. And here's a little thing of the paints. I use Citadel paints because I like that they have a little pot that you can dip into. Because I am not an advanced painter. I'm a lazy painter. One of these days, maybe I'll do a run through of my little painting space. But you will not be covetous at all because it is sad and lonely. Because I paint very rarely. Look at that. That's the Armadillo Killer right there. Alright, so in my Strahd campaign, this is what I want here. So my character, Rainy Frost Wolf, she sometimes transforms into a bear, and this would be a great figure. I think I'll put this over to the side, so I'll paint it first. because that would be perfect. Now that is someone you do not want to see in a dark alley. All right, look at this guy, this little patchwork guy, some sort of little patchwork golem, little construct. Again, this is the, I guess I should have separated. It was the Stone Skull expansion, but I'm going to mix them all up anyway. The biggest challenge of Bones is how do you store these things, and the fact of the matter is I don't know, but I do get a couple of almost like tackle boxes and cases like you'll put your screws in or whatever, and you just get a cheap one and you just kind of fill up the drawers with these miniatures. Again, look at this. Here's some kobolds, some goblins, and these goblins are great because these are Pathfinder style, and nobody does goblins like Paizo. They do the best goblins for sure. So many great miniatures, some more goblins, some big bads here, another construct. I kind of like the ones that you have to put together. It's kind of old school, little looks like a little robot sort of thing, and it's not difficult. Most little starter painting hobby kits. Again, there's an article on Nerds on Earth with just a little hobby painting kit starter. Oh, this is fun. I am going to open this up because this is great. You got to see this. This is very fun. This is, gosh, this is like a brain in a barrel. This is great. I can't wait to put this together and paint it up. See, it's like one of those floating head brains in a container. That's just a lot of fun. I like that. I'm excited to paint that up. I have no idea what I'll do with it. I'm just happy that I own it. And again, this is Bones 3 by Reaper, so you can Google Reaper Minis and you can find their website. They really kind of revolutionized hobby painting with the Bones set when it first came out, Bones 1, because you were able to get so many miniatures for just under $1 a miniature even, which is unbelievable with the Kickstarter. Kickstarter really made this possible. I really should open that up because now I don't know with all these pieces, but I was just excited about that one. So here are 2 more of those, so I'll have plenty of dragons and creepy guys. That's a lot of fun. And this big one again, I didn't splurge at all. This is the base set almost with just a few little add-ons, if you can believe it. You get this many miniatures with this Bones set. This is the Graveyard expansion. So obviously, well, looky here, you get a whole little mausoleum kit that you can put together. You can see here, there's some the picket fences. My children, if you can hear them running upstairs, they might be living here in the mausoleum soon in the Graveyard expansion. But I do apologize about the noise. That's all right. They aren't louder than the sound of plastic being ripped open, so we'll all survive. All right, so here's another wolf, and then the kind of things that you find at a graveyard. Honestly, I'm not a creepy crawly sort of guy, so I doubt I will get to painting these. They won't be first on my list. I will paint the mighty paladins first, I imagine. But it's always fun to have these things. And now, if there were just 19 days in a week, I could get to painting all these. But again, this is Bones expansion. This is the Graveyard set. You get so many little things. I will let you see there. And now, as we wrap this up, I will just do a quick hit to show you some of the other constructs that you have. There are so many of these figures. It is unbelievable what you get. Look at this, if I can spin it around so that you can find it. This is a giant. It's literally a giant, but I don't know what kind of giant. Maybe a frost giant or something. But gosh, what a great figure that's going to be as you put them together. There are also plenty of small ones. These are some heroes. I'll let you see the heroes because they're always fun to see. That's not a hero. She's a bad guy. But look at this figure. How great is that? I don't know if it's going to focus for you. Let's do that. But that's a great figure. And then it comes with some bases, so you can put some bases on the end, and evidently a free Ziploc bag for those. There are 2 more. Oh, that's definitely a Frost Giant. That's the most Viking-y thing I've ever seen. So definitely those. Here's another dragon to put together. There's a dragon's name, so it's a devilish fiend. Here is another couple of giants. This is the fire giant, bodyguard, and warrior. Here is this figure's name is Made in China. That's going to be a nice. Made in China is going to be a nice dragon. Here's some ogres that you'll have. Here are another bag of heroes. I always like to open the heroes and let you get a good look at them because our world's a mess. We need more heroes, folks. So if you'll see here, there's just a good mixture of different styles and classes and races and warriors and martial classes and spell casters and all sorts of things. It's really good. Here's another fiendish little guy. And again, I did not splurge. This is pretty much the base set, which is what you get. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. You'll mock me. But it's some hobgoblins, which are good. The newest adventure path from Pathfinder features hobgoblins, so that's a lot of fun. Some creeping lizards. I like those type of creatures. Some lycanthropes, which are good. So if you're running Strahd, you'll want these lycanthropes. Yes, Made in China. That dragon does have the sweet and sour weapon. Dwarf King's Companion right here, isn't that? Oh, you gotta see this. If this is the only figure in the entire set, it is worth it. My gosh, and his trusty burrow. I don't know what the burrow's name is, but I love him. I'm gonna call him Lucky. That is just great. I love him. I'm gonna paint him. That needs to happen. And again, many of these are sculpted by Bobby Jackson, friend of Nerds on Earth. If you want to learn how the sculpting is done, which that kind of nerdy stuff is really interesting to me, you just search Bobby Jackson on Nerds on Earth and you can read about it. This guy is awesome too. Gosh, I'm going to put him to the top of my painting list. I like these little dwarves here. Piglets. This is the Dwarf King's Companions. That's a great little set. One of them has a throne. I like that a lot. I'm excited about that one. Some ogres. You need those. Just for cannon fodder. You need Ogre Command. They're going to go down even faster. But let me see here if I can open up some of this. These are some nice little figures. So even the ogres, I mean, I know I'm running through them, but they're not throwaway figures. These are some fun figures. Again, this is the Bones 3 Kickstarter. Individual bones, you'll find most of them in your local game shop. It's a nice figure. There's also the Whiz Kids Unpainted Miniature. I like that. She is lovely. You know, everyone has their beauty in their own way. For her, you might have to look a little deeper, but I choose to believe that we all have our own beauty. Works is great. Here is, I don't know who this is, but gosh, this is going to be a great dragon, I can just tell. Oh, that's who it is. So there's this little figure. She is a dragon rider. Oh, that's fun. I like that. You need a dragon rider, folks. Here is Titans of the Tide, so kind of sea creatures, barnacle sort of guys. That's neat. And here's the last one, which is a big, just beastly dragon. That I'll open that up to close us out. We can get on this creature here. Look at this dragon. Oh, so great. Look at that. And they fit together. They fit together so well. So you can just find how they piece together. Look at that. That's great. And then the wings go in. So that is a great figure. I love it. So again, this is the Bones 3 core set from Kickstarter. I only added 2 small things, which was the small expansion, kind of the graveyard sort of things. But I mean, look at this. This is what you get for the Bones 3. So I literally have painting to do for a decade. So I gotta go because I have work to do. Check out nerdsonearth.com and maybe we'll give some updates on how the painting's going. Later, nerds.